Hey, I wanted to talk to you a few minutes about this grammar lesson, collective nouns. This can be very difficult to understand, and I want to try to help you catch it. A collective noun is a group or collection of people, like crowd. A crowd is a noun, and it refers to a group of people. A family refers to a group of people. A class refers to a group of people. Now, the confusing part is that collective nouns can be singular or plural, depending on whether or not the group is acting as a whole. So, for example, the class was reading poems by Robert Frost. The class is everybody's doing the same thing. So the verb is the same as if it was a singular verb. He was reading poems. They are acting as one. They're all doing the same thing. Now, if I said each person in the class, no, wait, that's not a good example. If I said the class is each reading a different poem, that sentence isn't on here, but that would mean class, each person in the class is doing something different, and so it is a singular. It's being used as plural because they're doing something different. Look at this one. One at a time, the ship's crew are arriving at the dock. The crew, the people working on the ship, they are not acting as one. They're not all arriving together. They're arriving one at a time, so it's plural. The verb is plural. It's kind of confusing. I'm going to talk to you about some of these answers. So what do you call the people who play together, play horns and drums together? That is a band. People on the same side in a sports contest, that is a team. If you watch a movie together, that is the audience, A-U-D-I-E-N-C-E, audience. I'm going to actually give you the answers to these, but they're not written in, so you'll have to try to remember. The herd of cows are branded one by one. Herd are branded one by one. That means they're not all together at the same time being branded. So this is plural, P, plural. That looks awful, but that's a P. I probably should erase that. The orchestra is playing next Saturday. They are playing all together, so this is singular. The Boy Scout troop were individually awarded badges. They each were awarded a badge, so this is plural. It wasn't the troop all together getting a badge. Each person in the troop individually got a badge. The jury is presenting its verdict this afternoon. As a whole, as a unit, they are presenting the verdict. So the verb is, this is singular. The jury are having trouble agreeing on a verdict. The people within the jury are not agreeing, so it's plural. So this one is plural. This section is talking about compound nouns. This is pretty easy. It's two nouns put together to make a new noun. Cup, cake. Sometimes they have a hyphen, but most of them don't. Great aunt. There aren't very many examples that have hyphens. Fireman, firemen. This is a compound noun. And one thing to remember is that when you have a compound noun like this, to make it plural, you don't put an S at the end of laws, you put an S at the end of sons, because that's the most important word, sons-in-law. And it's the same up here, you don't put an S at the end of great, you put an S at the end of aunts, because that's the most important word. Okay, so Finish this out. Which word is spelled correctly? Write the plural forms. Make some compound nouns. Write sentences using the nouns. I want to see those sentences. And then you can add some suffix to other words to make nouns. And so there are more than one right answer on these. So take this word and add an ending to it. Like honest, you add Y and it becomes honesty. Commonly confused nouns. Advice and advise. Advice is a noun. It is what you give somebody if they ask you for your opinion. Advise is the verb form, and that's you giving your opinion. Breath is what you breathe in. Breathe is doing it. Conscience is how you feel about right or wrong. Being conscious is being awake. I am conscious right now. I am awake. Lose means to misplace something. Loose means it is not tight. Personal is something that's private. Personnel are the people who work together. Okay, so pick the right word here and then pick 3 of these nouns up here in this box and write a sentence with them. And then this is a review of our unit about nouns. It's a lot to do on this one, but again, you have 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, to do this. All right, thank you guys. And this is the last week to turn in assignments, so get it done. Thank you. Bye.